Okay. Wanted to make a video about what's really probably the number one mistake I see some people making. This question has come up. People have asked me about um, how to free up space in their city. And the easiest way to do that is to actually use less workshops. You can actually have less workshops and make more supplies with those workshops than what they're making. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Because it is the number one way to free up space. So here, this is a chapter 5 city, and I've got a workshop, and this workshop can produce 828 supplies an hour. Or we'll just go with 1 hour for the example here. These numbers scale for all of these, but let's stick with 1 hour. All right, so 828 an hour for one workshop. So the first thing you got to do is get a culture bonus. So the culture bonus, you see the sun and the clouds there under the bonus level about halfway down this pop up. The various bonus levels are 100%, 125%, 150%, 160. So how you get these bonuses is to add more culture to your city or use less culture, or keep your culture capacity the same but use less. So by reducing the number of workshops, that should free up free culture to get a higher bonus or add culture to your city. So to get my bonus down here, actually, I took away some culture building. So let's put them back. So let's see what this bonus actually does. Let's put this back here. Let's see. Let me start putting these culture buildings back so we can see what happens when we get the bonus. Okay, these three should do it. This should do the trick. All right, so when this one's done here in about 5 seconds, we should be up in the 150% culture bonus. See the little icon will change there. Some of this cloud should go away. Yeah, see some of the clouds went away. So now we're at the 150% bonus level. So that's really where you should be. You should be at least here. And this is probably sufficient for most people, is 150%. Um, so now that we have 150%, you can see it went from like 828 to 1242. And if you hover over it with your mouse, there's a way to do it in the mobile app too. I don't remember how to do that, but you can actually see, the breakdown of this. So again, the regular production is 828, and we get a plus 50% bonus there for a grand total of 1242. So that already means that um, for every two workshops you have, if you get your bonus from zero, basically 0 to 50%, or 100% to 150, whatever, you can basically get rid of every third workshop and produce the same amount of supplies. But that's just the start of it. So that's step one. Step two is to use the spell enchantment. And it's this one. It's these little tools. It's called Power of Provision. You get these by doing the tournament, or you can actually make them in the Magic Academy. You can produce them here. So, but the tournament's a great place to get them. So, if you cast the spell, oh, let's look at the tooltip. So, what this does is it supply collection boost. So, whenever you collect from your workshop, then it actually, you get 200%. So, it basically doubles your collection. So, let's do that. So, you really want to cast that spell on your workshops every morning. Don't do it at night because, like I said, it's a collection bonus. So you can do a 9 hour production during the night, and then wake up. The production's done. It's ready to be collected. But before you collect it, cast the spell, because the countdown on the spell will start when you cast it. So there's 10 hours of the spell left. Of course, your 9 hour production was done last night. You collect it instantly. You still have 10 hours to go to make new things. But so with the spell, you can see now we're up to 3,726. So again, the base production is 828, and plus the culture bonus. So it adds those two together to get the 1,200, and then it doubles that. So the spell is double of your production plus your culture bonus, which makes this really, really awesome. Like they stack on each other. So now this one workshop is producing as many supplies as four. regular workshops. Actually, more than four, because four workshops would be like 3,300. Now it's 3,700. So it's almost three and a half actually, or four and a half. I'm sorry, four and a half. So right off the bat, if you have eight workshops, but you're not using spells, and you basically don't have any culture bonus, yeah, you need to get rid of six of them. Because two workshops, if you do these things, two workshops will produce as many as eight, and you can use that extra space to lay down some more culture buildings if you need to, if you need extra help to get that bonus. And if you get rid of six workshops, you can also you might be able to use that population on other buildings, or if you find excess population, maybe even get rid of a residence, whatever. But you'll have a lot more room to work with here. So that's how you free up room, you free up population, you free up culture, and you produce just as many supplies. And there's one more thing too. Actually, there's a couple more things, but the next thing I want to talk about is there's actually another spell that helps as well with this culture bonus. So right now the culture bonus is at 150. Um, it's this spell here. It's the purple one with the handshake. See, what you want to do is cast that on your highest culture building. So I'm going to cast it here on the cozy farm. And I can cast it on this one too. So it hasn't done anything yet because nobody is helping these two culture buildings. Let me see. Is anybody helping any of my culture buildings right now? I'm not in the fellowship on the city at the moment, so I don't think I have any help at the moment. I don't think I do. Let me see. Oh, blue tree enclosure. Where's that at? Where's my blue tree enclosure? Oh, here it is. Okay. So yeah, so I have somebody's helping that, right? So let's cast that. Let's cast this spell on there. Okay, so now it has neighborly help and it has the spell on there. So you see that enchantment effect plus 5%? So now let's go look at the culture bonus. So now the culture bonus was at 150, but you see the spell effect is plus 5%. So now it's at 155. So here in the next hour or so, when a couple more people help these two buildings, that'll go up to 165. So my bonus will be at 165 for this middle sunshine thing, and the one next to it, this is 165, will actually be 175, and the one to the far right will be 185. So again, that's the third thing to do to help to get that culture bonus higher. And let's see, so even just having one that spell on one building, we went from what 3,600 or so to 3,850 because the culture bonus was higher. But then remember, you get it multiplies that by two, so yeah, they kind of stack on each other. So every building you have that extra bonus on, it just keeps adding up. You can see again, less is better. Now there's two ancient wonders. I'm going to switch cities to a higher chapter city here um, to take a look at the two ancient wonders that can again help your workshops. The first one is the Prosperity Towers, and what it does is um, it makes that power provision spell. It increases it. For every ancient wonder level you have on this building, it increases this effect. So the base effect is 200, and I've got this thing up to level 30. So at level 30, you get like it basically makes it the spell twice as good. It takes it from a 200% increase to a 300% increase. So that's pretty nice. And then the other one is it's called the Lighthouse of Good Neighborhood, and you don't get this till like chapter 12 or 13. This is a later chapter, Ancient Wonder, and it's not required. The Prosperity Towers, I would say, yeah, I would definitely get that one. This one's kind of optional, but it has to do with that purple spell. Like that purple spell is adding 5% per building that you use the spell on to your culture bonus. That that increases that effect. So I have this one. It's at level like 26. So at level 26, instead of 5%, it adds an additional 6%. So it adds 11% instead of 5. So you can see my culture bonus now. So I'm at the fourth bonus level, which is usually 160, but you can see I have a plus 66% effect from my spells. So, like I said, it's 11% per building. So I have six buildings with the spell on them right now that are being helped, that have neighborly help as well. So that's how come I have a 226 instead of a 160 there. But when you look at these higher numbers, like these bigger numbers, and then I have a magic workshop here, which typically will produce double what a regular workshop will. So here's a 3 hour production. A 3 hour production is producing 1.3 million supplies per 3 hours. Um, the base production on that we can see is 142,000. The culture bonus is produces an additional 179,000, and then the enchantment bonus is almost a million. So at the end of the day, again, the base regular production, if you don't have culture bonus and you don't have the spell, I'm only going to produce 142,000. Instead, I'm producing almost 1.3 million. So it's almost 10 times as many. So this one magic workshop is producing the same amount of supplies as 10 unbuffed magic workshop with no spells. Or it would be like 20 regular workshops that don't have spells. So that's how much of a difference the bonus and the spell makes. Huge difference. Like I said, you can replace, um, even at lower chapters, you can replace like four buildings with one. And at higher chapters, when you get the Ancient Wonders involved, you replace like 10 buildings with one. And with all that extra space means you have space for more culture buildings or more Ancient Wonder buildings or event buildings, whatever you want to put in your city, you have more room. So this is it's really something you need to do. It's probably the biggest mistake I see people make, and it's one of the easiest to correct. So hopefully that clarifies things a bit, and hope this was helpful.